Sacred Teachings and Mystery School.
Welcome to the 16 Keys Support Tool. These are valuable concept models. Like a prototype, a concept model is a work of art designed to help you clarify what is best or what is realistic. In 2017, I witnessed a series of incredible miracles. I saw a candle manifest out of thin air right before my eyes, as well as a lighter. The right half of my jade plant disintegrated into a shriveled, dry husk in about 3 seconds, and my ears and lips dramatically changed shape and size in the mirror, then changed back. In response to these life-changing events, I developed these models of how miracles would work out globally without conflict or destruction if this amazing potential of the nature of reality was freely released. This is Key 1, the perfect human body of the Radiant Master. This is what I like to call the new human DNA, which is synonymous with the body, or the new human form. It may be a little bit difficult to visualize, but I think it's a very psychologically healthy visualization to imagine the ultimate health of the human body possibly imaginable. This is absolutely radiant and perfect health of all bodily features, and this actually includes the guarantee of eternal life. Eternal life obviously would be a little bit impractical on Earth considering overpopulation. And there is a healthy, comfortable amount of space that human beings need, that forests need, that nature needs, and not every part of the Earth, of course, should be inhabited by human beings. This problem of overpopulation would be solved through what I call joinings. Joinings are very, very interesting, and they are covered in another key. It would also include beauty. So the way I like to call it, it's geometrically harmonious facial and body shape, which is universally perceived as extremely visually resonant. Visual resonance. A lot of people disagree about what looks best, but let's just say it would be something that everyone can agree on, that it looks best. Now, there are a lot of attitudes and psychologies about beauty and the standards of beauty. And what I'm talking about here is a little different. It's just imagine effortlessly everyone could have their wildest dreams and change their wildest dreams to be upgraded based on anything being immediately attainable. It would come to something very interesting. Eventually there would be a standard of beauty that everyone can agree on, which would coincide with sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is something that is found within some of the most beautiful aspects of nature, which everyone agrees are more beautiful. For example, roses. Roses are one of the most beautiful flowers. They contain the Fibonacci golden ratio. Also, the entire body, this level of health would include instant and total self-healing. So this includes a lot of different things, including viral immunity, which is not based on external vaccines, but internal DNA. Now, of course, I'm not saying that's currently a reality. However, this is just a concept model. It's an artistic work. But yes, total immunity would be an absolute must, as well as self-healing from accidents. So say, we would actually break an arm, it would heal right away. However, we would also not break the arm in the first place. So there is a lot of incredible potential there. Also, it can be physically dramatic. So if somebody were a total midget, say they were very undersized and experiencing a lot of difficulty because of that, they would be able to naturally, safely change the entire size of their body to many feet taller if necessary. So this could be very dramatic and totally in a healthy way. Now, the digestive organs, when combined with Key 8, dissolving material matter into thin air from existence into non-existence, it would work a little bit differently. This would make it a lot more efficient. Therefore, the entire digestive system would not need to be as physically large. So in this case, all human digestive system organs would be smaller. Defecation and urination would become a thing of the past, as well as vomiting. And what that actually implies too is that toxins which are buried and unable to be naturally released from the body, such as liver stones, cancer, any toxins in the brain or body, any accidental chemicals that have been ingested, anything like that, would all be eliminated. And many diseases and problems with human functioning, which are caused by chemical reactions, and a lot of problems healed in the human body and in society. Also, we've talked about virus healing within the body, self-healing, and that means that things like snot and extra mucus and stuff like that, it would also not be produced because the body would not be sick, but as well, just if there was anything like that, it would always be eliminated using key 8. Now, as for the internal organ systems, all human beings would have new organs. In order to internally produce food medicine, for example, incredibly high nutritional nutrient substance in a very concentrated, small volume, but a high dose. And they would also produce medicine, for example, psychedelic medicines. It would not be a full whole plant, but the equivalent of a processed plant. We process foods naturally by chewing them and swallowing them. Now, we would not always want to produce psychedelic medicines or nutrients inside the body. Of course, it's natural for human beings to interact with the environment, such as healthy permaculture, gardening, interacting with the ecology, sometimes wildcrafting. All of this kind of thing is very healthy and very good for the plants, very good for the animals when done properly and when done ethically, which sadly is rare today, although it should come back. The production of medicine and the production of food inside of the body would be done at will, and incredibly good decisions for excellent strategic mastery and authentic, true free will. So, coming from a wise decision-making place, psychedelic medicines would be used only very, very appropriately and very responsibly. They would not be used wrongly, and they would not be used to put anyone in danger. Next, also, are tattoos. There would be incredible tattoos at a far better quality than possible with a tattoo gun, which don't ever fade. In this way, the skin would organically reorder itself, and it would not ever shed. This would actually eliminate dust from the body as well. When we're looking at a human body that will not ever die, which will live forever, what we also need is a human mind that can also make decisions that will actually be the right decision, the ideal decision forever, and not ever need to change. The decision to choose a tattoo is not only aesthetic, but it's also racial. If one would like to have gold tattoos, beautiful sparkling gold, I'm talking about absolutely radiant, beautiful tattoos, far greater than a tattoo gun can do. And on black skin, that would look much better if you want to go with gold. So in order to choose your tattoos, you do have to choose your race. And the choice of what race you would ideally like to be should not be made from a place of running away from discrimination. It could be that discrimination, such as racism against blacks, could be a life or death decision. So in that case, I think that it is actually necessary for our world to overcome racism. Also, using keys 6 and 8, the hair of the human body will have a lot of incredible flexibility to it. The desired hairstyle could change moment to moment at will. So whatever you want, it would make all of the color and style possibilities possible for how incredible of a hairstyle with different lengths that you could have, and the hair would be an incredible quality. So this would definitely outmode hairstylists and hair products permanently from Earth. Also, the human body would have absolutely almost no fat. A lot of people on this earth right now would probably differ in opinion as to how much fat they would ideally want on their body, although I propose that often the choice to have fat, or the belief that it is aesthetically pleasing, is rooted from the fact that it is actually impossible to get rid of it practically. Also, the body would be freshly clean and hydrated without using any hygiene practices or products, and this would happen through later keys. It would be much cheaper and more practical for houses not to actually need any showers or bathtubs, any bathrooms anymore. So yeah, this also means that there will not be a need for toilets in the house. Also, there is forms of abuse that are sadly based on human defecation and so forth and so on, and it's not something that is very easy to think about, so I don't like to talk about it a whole lot, but more hardcore forms of violation and abuse would be eliminated because they would be impossible. So because of how important it is to save people from abuse, this kind of miracle would be very important in the world, and it would be necessary for it to happen all at once so that everyone in the whole entire world would get these miracles right at the same time. When people are singled out as different, they might be attacked. Society would completely go out of balance if some but not all people actually got these miracles. So this concept model is based on everyone getting it all at the same time, all over the whole entire earth, with no exceptions whatsoever, and that includes animals, very importantly. It's so nice for facilities to be less needed, but also one other very important thing is that the homeless will be able to thrive without shelter. Also, those people should be able to moderate their temperature without using any external heaters or coolers, air conditioners, and stuff like that. That would really cure so much poverty problems in the world. Also, elimination of infestations, parasites, bugs, insects, anything like that would be eliminated from anywhere in the home or around the body. That would just be eliminated again with key 8. Now, with all of this done, you can imagine, perhaps visualize what this person would be like. The people would look at them with respect, so you would approach the body by first being drawn to look at the eyes, then the face, then the bust, and then you would witness the body, basically in total. About the divine image of a human being, it just starts with the eyes and then moves on to the face, so really honoring the expression, the identity of the person, and the presence of that person. That's just what would naturally happen, and people would not make the mistake of mistreating people, treating them like a sexual object or something like that, or going negatively against them. So I hope that you've enjoyed Key 1, and thank you so much for listening. Please do comment any thoughts you may have about this at all, and tell me, is there anything that you would change about this concept model if you could?